All right, YouTube. So we're gonna be doing something a little different today. Now, something y'all might not know about me is that I am very, very smart. Right. Well, I'll just say I got a very high IQ, even though I never took an IQ test. I feel like I have a very high IQ. I'm a very what's the word for it? Critical thinker. So I want to test myself today. I want to do some riddles because I like riddles. Riddles only people with a high IQ can solve. Yep, that's something to look up. Hell no, somebody react to this shit.
Alrighty then, it's time.
As y'all can see, just before y'all say anything, I have never watched this shit at all. Before y'all say I'm cheating, I have never ever watched this video. Look, let me go back. Look, never clicked on it. You see, I never clicked on this shit ever in my life. So before y'all say I'm cheating, matter of fact, I'm not gonna put no cuts in this video. I'm not putting no cuts in this video because y'all think I cheated.
Alrighty then, it's time to twist your brain one more time. 9 riddles only people with high IQs can solve. Maybe some week we'll do riddles for dummies, but for now, are you ready for a new portion of mind-blowing riddles to solve, which you'll need to apply all your logic and detective skills?
I did want to be a fucking private investigator at one point in my life. I'm not gonna lie.
And that's a tough challenge, but if you're up to it, let's start. After each riddle, you'll have 20 seconds to find a solution.
Damn, 20 seconds?
However, if you need more time, don't be too shy. Simply pause the video.
Okay.
Alright, riddle number 1. Your task is the following. Empty 1 jar of milk and 1 jar of water into a bowl. Oh wait, you couldn't think this would be that simple. There are several conditions. You must be able to differentiate between the milk and the water. You can separate the milk from the water. And finally, you aren't allowed to use any kinds of dividers to keep these two liquids apart. Wow, that's a task even Cinderella didn't have to deal with.
That's not even hard. That is so
Will
easy.
you be able to figure out how to separate the inseparable? 20 seconds for you.
How to separate water and milk? Is this a fucking trick question? Because this shit has seemed too fucking easy. How is this a riddle? Well, I ain't like, damn, I don't want to say something. I don't want to say this because it might be too easy. Because usually with things like this, you have to think really hard about them, usually. But the first thing that came to my mind is if you freeze the water and then put the water in and then put the milk on top, or freeze the milk on top and put the milk on top like that, too. So basically, you freeze the water that's in a bowl already, and then you should put the milk on top. That's how you can divide it. Or you can just freeze both. That's how you fucking divide it. That's so easy. You just pour the shit in the damn bowl and fucking divide it like that. It can't be that fucking easy. Right?
To do this,
That's the first thing I thought of. You can't use no device to help you. That's the first thing I thought about. It gotta be that. There's no other way. It has to be. Alright.
in fact, all you need to do is to pour the water into the bowl first and freeze it.
What I tell you? Look how easy this shit was. And hopefully this shit not that easy the whole fucking time. That was super easy.
Then after that, just add the milk.
Yeah, that's exactly what I
And
said.
then you
That's
have
easy.
milk on the rocks.
Oh, disclaimer. I am not doing no math shit. Anything with math, because I don't feel like thinking about math and shit. Anything about math, I'm not about to,
Riddle number 2. There's a magician famous for the tricks he performs. One of such tricks is staying under the water for 10 minutes.
Okay.
However, one day, John Smart challenges the magician, saying that he will stay under the water for 2 minutes longer. To say that the magician is surprised is to say nothing. He accepts the bet and promises John to give him $5,000 if he does beat the record. All in all, John wins and gets his money. How does he manage to do this? Do you think that John could be practicing not to breathe underwater since childhood? Or perhaps he's an amphibian? What's your idea?
Amphibian's
You
crazy.
have 20 seconds to make up your mind.
I don't know. So his name John Smart, challenged the magician to last underwater, to stay underwater 2 minutes longer than him. And he was confident about it. It's either it can't be this easy though. It's either he's cheating by using a fucking air tube to breathe through his like sweater or something that he got on. It could be that, but I feel like that's too easy of an answer. They can't give me two easy answers back to back, so I don't feel like it's that. So it's either he cheated. He definitely cheated. I ain't like he 1,000,000% cheated. Okay, let me go back because sometimes you gotta read in between the lines. Sometimes you gotta read in between the lines when they say shit. Let me go back.
However, one day, John Smart challenges the magician, saying that he will stay under the water for 2 minutes.
It says, however, one day John Smart challenges the magician, saying that he will stay under the water for 2 minutes longer. Stay under. He didn't say stay in the water. See, they trying to trick you with this shit right here. They didn't say stay in the water. It say stay under the water. Hold on. Let me get my headset down. You see that? You see this right here? This key detail right here. See, that's how shit try to trick you. It say stay under the water for 2 minutes longer. And why would he be so confident about that without cheating? Say for example, you got a bottle, right? You got a bottle like this, and you have a bottle of water, even though the shit empty. You pour this in this bottle, right? Technically, if I put this above my head, then I'm standing underwater. I know that sounds crazy, but that might be the right answer, bro. Because it say, look, you see this right here? It say stay under the water for 2 minutes longer. And why would you be so confident about that? Why would you challenge a magician? And you know, magicians already cheat. I feel like it has to be that because it's the test tube. I mean, I said test tube, the fucking air tube. Because I feel like he couldn't get away with cheating because a magician would know if he's cheating. So, like I said, technically, if we going by key details like this, staying underwater, it say stay under the water. Like I said, you got a bottle, an empty bottle. You pour this water in there. Technically, if I hold a bottle of water above my head, technically I'm underwater. I feel like that has to be the answer. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but I feel like that's the only thing I can think of. Like without cheating, that's the only thing I think of. That got to be the answer. If that's the answer, that'll be crazy. Hey, it might be. I'm trying to think. There's no other logical way that you could stay underwater. Unless he's been, like I said, training this shit for his whole life. But there's no way. The chances of him training to stay underwater for that long in his life, like, hell no. He hasn't been training his life for that shit. He had to cheat in some way. Technically, what I just said is cheating.
Minutes longer. To say that the magician is surprised is to say nothing. He accepts the bet and promises John to give him $5,000 if he does beat the record. All in all, John wins and gets his money. How does he manage to do this? Do you think that John could be practicing not to breathe underwater since childhood? Or perhaps he's an amphibian? What's your idea? You have 20 seconds to make up your mind.
It has to be that. Because technically, if you have this above your head, you're underwater. You're literally standing underwater. Or staying underwater. I feel like trying to throw me off with that picture right there to the left. They're trying to throw me off. They're trying to throw me off. I guarantee you they're trying to throw me off. If I'm right, I'm the smartest person in the world.
Well, to tell you the truth,
bro, I ain't gonna lie. I'm the smartest person in the world. I'm the smartest person in the world.
Filled it with water.
I'm the smartest fucking person in the world, bro.
For 12
you
minutes.
Cannot tell me I'm not the smartest person in the world.
Always read the fine print on the
Always read the fine print. What did I do, y'all? I went back and read the key details that said stay under. I ain't gonna lie.
Contracts you sign.
I'm smart as hell.
Riddle number 3.
Well, I'm 2 for 2. I'm 2 for 2 right now.
Sam Princeton is so unhappy with his life, so frustrated with his boss picking at him, and so angry with himself for being too weak to leave his job and start a new life, that he shoots himself right between his eyes in the bathroom.
He said he shot himself right between the eyes in the bathroom. I think I already know the answer.
The bullets are real. The revolver is real as well. However, in just a second, Sam goes out of the bathroom alive and unharmed. How is it possible?
That's the easiest layup in fucking NBA history, bro. What the fuck? That's easy as hell. Bro, he said he was mad and he shot a bullet in between his eyes but he came out of the restroom. Bruh, what's in the restroom, y'all? Fucking mirrors. That mean he looked himself in the mirror with a gun and went like this. Right in between the eyes. That's the only way that he came out alive. He shot his reflection in the mirror. That's the answer. That's easy.
That's not a piece of cake. Or perhaps you've already figured it out.
I did.
If not, you still have
I ain't even need
20
seconds for that. That was super easy. That was extremely easy. That's super easy. I'm not gonna cut. That was probably the easy one. What were we 3 for 3? Because I noticed. I know for a fact it's right. There's no way it's not right. I think we're 3 for 3, right? Yeah. Don't say no bullshit. This has got to be the answer.
The thing is that Sam didn't shoot at his real self. He shot his reflection in the mirror.
Okay, that was a freebie. That was easy.
Riddle number 4.
3 for 3 right now. We're 3 for 3.
In the city where people are keen on brain teasers and riddles, 4% of people don't list their phone numbers. So, if we select 40 random people...
We're not doing math. I'm not gonna lie. We're not doing math. And I'm not finna skip through this part in the YouTube video. I'm about to literally do this live. I'm doing all this live. I'm not skipping through nothing, so y'all don't think I'm cheating. I'm not doing the math. I already told you I'm not doing the fucking, what's the name? I'm not doing the math questions. I don't feel like thinking about math. I hate math.
After all, but it's 0%. If
you know,
the numbers of these 40 people
I probably could have still got that right, but I didn't feel like I ain't even want to do it.
In the phone directory, they are already listed by default. Riddle number 5. You have 7 guests at your birthday party, and you've got to figure
another math one. I'm not doing that either.
Equal people turns. A blind man had been dreaming of being able to see again for many years. This had been his biggest wish. After some time, his doctor confirmed that he could have an operation that would solve his problem. The man couldn't be happier. The surgery went well, and the man took the train to go home. The doctor allowed him to take his bandages off 3 hours after the operation.
Okay.
So the man was so impatient that he did this while still on the train. But as soon as he finished, he committed a suicide jumping off the train.
What?
His operation was successful. So why did he do this? 20 seconds?
I ain't gonna lie. That just threw me for a curveball. I ain't like that just threw me for a loop. I'm 1,000,000% getting this wrong. He got eye surgery because he was blind. It worked, but he jumped off the train and died. What? This has nothing to do with IQ. Like, what? I ain't gonna lie. I have no idea. I'm gonna be honest. I have no clue. I have no idea. Okay. A blind old motherfucker, right? A blind old man gets an operation done on him to be able to see again. The operation was successful, as you can see it right there. It says the shit was successful right there. But he committed suicide on a train? It has something to do with the train. It has something to do with the train. Because he said train like twice. Okay, let me think. Let me think. I could possibly get this right. Let me think. So a train. Why would he just jump? How would he even know? If it worked, that means he could see. Why would he just randomly jump off a train? Wait, hold on. Wait. If it worked, that means he can see. Wait, what? I was about to say, if you went through a tunnel. Because, you know, a tunnel is dark. So you wouldn't be able to see. But isn't it lights? Isn't it lights on trains? Or am I stupid? Is it not lights on trains? Let me look that up. Is it not? Are lights on trains? Like an inside? Or... Yes, trains have lights inside the passenger. While some trains, like computer trains, are brightly lit for safety and easy to get in on and off. Do lights turn off? Is this cheating me looking this up? Do lights turn off when going through a tunnel? Do lights turn off in a train when going through a tunnel? Going through a tunnel. Generally, no. The internal lights inside of it do not turn off when entering the tunnel. The lights in the passenger coaches are usually on and stay on throughout the journey. However, there are few exceptions and specific instances where it might notice a change in light and brief power interruptions. Trains that draw power from the third. Temporary power interruption. Which can cause the lights like here to dim or to go off briefly. Is this considered cheating? What I'm doing right now? Because I don't know that much about trains. At night, you often hardly notice that a train enters the tunnel. Outside, it's dark. It's dark inside. It says at night, you often hardly notice that the train enters the tunnel. Outside, it's dark anyway. And inside, lights are usually on. Usually, it said usually, so that means it's not always on. Thing about riddles, it'd be like a 1%. These are things that don't usually happen with riddles, so you gotta really think. You gotta really think really hard about this shit. Was this shit not in full screen this whole time? But you gotta really think about this shit. Not gonna lie. I'm gonna go with the train went through a tunnel and the lights wasn't on. But still, why would he jump? Wait! He went through the tunnel. I mean, he walked off. I feel like he over-exaggerated. He said jumped. Because why would he jump? But he accidentally walked off the train because they went through a dark tunnel and there was no lights on. So he thought he was still blind, so he walked forward and fell off. Does that make sense? I'm going to say it one more time. This is the only thing that makes sense to me. In this instance, because this is rare, the train went through a tunnel, and since he's blind and he took his shit off early, well, no, he didn't take it off early because he said it was successful. But when he took it off, all he saw was black, so he thought he was still blind, and he took a step forward and ended up falling off the train because it was dark, and he thought he was still blind. I think that's the only thing that makes sense to me, bro. And if I get that right, if I get that right, that's crazy.
Seconds for you to solve this mystery.
I can't think of nothing else. I took a long time here. This took me like, what, 7 minutes to answer this shit. Did I cheat by looking up the shit I just looked up though? I don't know. Like the train and tunnel and shit. Oh, we 3 for 3. Or we 4 for 4? We 4 for 4 or 3 for 3. One of those.
Why could a man whose dream has come true kill himself? In fact, it was a tragic coincidence. When the man opened his bandages, the train was going...
There's no way I got that right. It says, in fact, it was a tragic coincidence. When a man opened his bandages, the train was going through a dark tunnel. Okay, I got that right.
Through a dark tunnel.
He thought he was still blind.
That's why the man thought he was still blind and killed himself.
I swear to y'all, because I know y'all don't believe me. I swear to everything on my life. I have never, watch this. Let me go back. Bro, I have never, you see this? Look, right here. I have never clicked on this video. I've never seen this video in my life. Because I already know y'all probably think I'm cheating. I ain't fly. I don't know. I just randomly said this shit out of my head. I ain't not think I was going to be right. Where was that?
Why could a man whose dream has come true,
5-5?
train was going through a dark tunnel.
Bro, I think I'm 5-5, bro.
That's why the man thought he was still blind and killed himself. Riddle number 7. Your friend asks you for a favor and gives you $5
Hold on, let me listen to this.
asking you to buy something to eat. So for a favor. Riddle number 7.
Fucking face itch.
Your friend asks you for a favor and gives you $5 asking you to buy something to eat, something to drink, something...
$5 to eat, drink. That's already past $5 because the thing I'm finna buy finna be $5.
to feed his cow with,
Feed a cow.
and something to plant in his garden.
Damn, this is gonna be a hard one. See, this is gonna be a hard one. I have $5. And with that $5, I gotta get something to eat. I gotta get something to drink. I gotta get something to feed a fucking cow. And something to plant. Wait. Wait, it low-key just gave away the answer. Did y'all see this? Hold on. This shit low-key just gave away the answer. Look at this. Why is eat in brown letters? And why is plant in the garden in brown letters? Why is it's like the shit. I ain't fuck, it just gave me the answer. It's like that's like an Easter egg, bro. To eat is in brown letters. Cause why is this in brown letters? To eat is in brown letters. And to plant in his garden is in brown letters. Why are both of those things in brown letters? That mean whatever I'm eating, I can also plant it. Let me think. I think they did that on purpose for people that's actually paying attention to key details. See, because that's how we got the other question right, because I was paying attention to the key details. To eat is in brown letters, and to plant in his garden is in brown letters. So whatever I'm eating, it has to be something I can also plant. What is something that I can eat that can also plant? It gotta be some type of fruit. It has to be some type of fruit or vegetable. Wait, hell no, you can't drink a vegetable. Okay, it gotta be some type of fruit. Feed his cow with. What? Can cows eat fruit? Can cows eat fruit? Can I look it up? I'm gonna look it up. I don't think that's cheating if I say can cows eat fruit. I think they can, right? Can cows eat fruit? What the fuck? Yes, cows can eat fruit. Okay. Okay, cows can eat fruit. I was just making sure. It's a reason. I'm telling y'all, it's a reason why this is in brown letters and this is in brown letters. It's a reason. It gotta
At
be
the
a
same
fruit.
time, you're allowed to buy just one thing.
Oh, I got the answer. I got the answer because he just said I can only buy one thing. I ain't fine. That's easy. They just gave me the answer. I mean, they didn't give me the answer, but they
What are
made it
you
easier
going to
back then.
buy? To eat?
I'm not gonna lie, this shit easy. It's a fruit. I gotta think about a certain type of fruit. I don't know.
Eat, to drink, to feed the cow, and to plant?
Okay, it's 1,000,000% fruit. I just gotta figure out what fruit is it. I can also eat it. Well, obviously it's a fucking fruit. Hey, if I was finna say some, I was finna say some racist shit. I ain't gonna lie. I'm saying for black people, cause you know black people love watermelons. Me included. I do love watermelons. Fuck it. I'm trying to get the clip. I'm gonna say watermelons. I'm gonna get the racist clip. But if I'm right, and if I gotta be a fruit though. Right, because why is this in brown? To eat is in brown letters. And to plant is in brown letters. Bro, it has to be something. It has to be a fruit. Cause you can plant fruit, you can plant seeds with fruit. It's a watermelon. It has to be. See, I was about to say it as a joke. But I think it is a watermelon. Because you can eat, I can eat a watermelon. A cow can eat a watermelon. I can drink watermelon juice. A cow can drink watermelon juice. I can feed that cow watermelon. And I can plant watermelon seeds. It's watermelon. Final answer, watermelon.
Wow. Doesn't your friend think that's a little bit too much?
1,000,000%
Do you know
watermelon.
the solution to his
There's no
riddle?
way I'm gonna get all these right. There's no way I'm about to get all these right. Well, I did skip the fucking math questions. I could have got those right. I just didn't want to do them.
If not yet, you still
Five,
have
five?
20
4, 4?
seconds.
I think 4-4 right now. It has to be there. It has to be watermelon. It has to be. If it's not watermelon, it's some other fruit. It's gotta be fruit. Fruit is the answer. If it's not watermelon, it's fruit. Some type of fruit.
You can go and buy a watermelon.
I ain't fly. I low-key might be the smartest motherfucker in the world. I might be the smartest person you know. I might be the smartest person you know. See, look, I ain't fly. My friends always tell me. Well, one of my friends, he knows I'm very smart. And he know I'm a critical thinker, bro. And he know my IQ is high. I told you I wanted to be a private investigator, bro, because I like solving problems. You can go and buy watermelon, bro. I was right. I was right.
You can eat it, you can drink it, you can feed the cow with the rinds, and as for the watermelon seeds, you can easily plant them in the garden.
I low-key might be the GOAT, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Riddle number 8.
I might have to do another one of these because there's no way I just went 5. I think I'm 5 for 5 right now. I'm 5 for 5.
Once a king sentenced a man to death for a crime he had committed. However, the king was a kind man, so he allowed the man to choose the way he would prefer to die.
Okay. Why would you let me choose the way I want to die? Cause me, I ain't gonna say my answer yet. I know what I was. If you wanted to kill me, and you gave me a choice on how I want to die. I'm going to say. I ain't gonna say what I'm saying until you say whatever you gonna say.
But the man was clever and managed to say something that saved him from the capital punishment.
There's only one right answer to this, and I already know the answer. I'm just gonna let him finish talking though. I already know the answer.
Which death did he choose?
If somebody wants to kill me, right, and this motherfucker is dumb enough to give me the choice of how I want to die, I'm going to say, I want to die from natural causes. I'm gonna die from natural causes, or die from old age. Well, that's still a natural cause. I'm gonna just say natural causes. This is not two answers. I'm gonna say I'm gonna put them back in. I'm putting them in the same category. Die from natural. Damn. I'm over stuttering. Die from natural causes / from old age. Die from old age. That's the answer. I ain't even got to think about that. That's easy.
You have only 20 seconds to figure it out.
That might have been the easiest one.
But if you need more time, don't forget, you can pause the video.
Nah, that was easy. There's no other way. That's one me. I'm 6 for 6, I think, y'all. Or 5 for 5, one of those. I think I'm 6 for 6. I think I'm 6 for 6 right now. And I showed y'all I never watched this. I'm not skipping through none of this video. I haven't skipped through none of the questions. This whole thing is live.
Well, being a clever man, the culprit chose to die of old.
And if y'all got that wrong, y'all might actually be stupid. You might need to kill you. I ain't gonna say that. I almost said something crazy. I almost said something to get me fucking banned. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I almost said that. But if you got that wrong, you should jump off a cliff in Minecraft. Anyways.
Old age. Riddle number 9. Two men are standing on the edge of an abyss on a wood board. One of them is holding a gun and wants to
This might be the hardest one to answer, I'm not gonna lie. It's so many different scenarios. I mean, so many different things that can happen.
Shoot the other one. But if the second guy falls down, the first one will fall into the abyss. Is there a possible way for one of them to survive?
Is there a possible way that one of them will survive? I mean, it's a possibility. Because if he has the gun, whoever this ugly motherfucker is, if he has the gun, right? He can just shoot him. Wait. He said one of them die. I mean, one of them will survive. Who will actually die? If this dumbass shot him, both of them would die. Because as soon as he shot him, he will fall off this shit and he'll die. So who will actually die? Shit, both of them could die. If that's the question. Because if he step off the dam, even if he step off this ledge, he might have enough time to react and shoot him. So they'll both be dead in that scenario. But if he's stupid and he doesn't shoot off instincts, from just movement, he can take a step back and he can fall off and he'll die. Damn, it's too many fucking scenarios. Or he could walk forward so neither one of them can die. I don't fucking know. I really don't know. Because it's no scenario I can think of. There's only one scenario I can think of if who can stay alive, and it's damn. And even if he moved back, he might not stay alive. It's no scenario. Okay, say if he don't have a good reaction time, if he step back, this dude gonna stay alive, and he's gonna die. It's no scenario. It is no scenario when this dude will stay alive. It's no scenario. Because even if yes it is. But if he stay alive, that means he will also be alive. Unless he can shoot him. Because he the one with the gun. So he can walk forward on the bridge. And then shoot him, and he can be safe because he'll be right here. I don't know. But the question is, who will actually die? It's too many different scenarios. You can't even answer that question. That question is unanswerable. It's too many fucking scenarios. But if I had to choose, I can't even make a choice because it's too many scenarios when different things could happen. And if it's no what's the word? There's no correct answer for this. There's no correct answer for this. There's no correct answer.
Who will actually die?
There's no answer for that.
20 seconds for you to solve this dilemma.
There's no question for that. There's no definitive answer for that at all. There's no answer for that. There's too many different scenarios.
In fact, the thing is that the answers to this riddle are too diverse, and everyone just thinks differently. So, what is your idea? We hate to leave you hanging.
It is no way that I just went 7 for 7 or 6 for 6, whatever I just did. I'm gonna count it when I'm editing. There's no way I just went 7 for 7 on this shit. If I am good at riddles, I did tell y'all that I am good at riddles, and my IQ is high. I do have a good IQ. Even though I never took an IQ test, I know my IQ is high. I know it is. I mean, shit, as y'all can fucking see, I just showed y'all that I have a high ass IQ. And I showed y'all I've never watched this video a day in my life.
Over the abyss. But hey, it's what we do sometimes. Share your guesses with us in the comments.
Oh yeah, I got that right.
Also tell us which riddle made you think longer than others. And if
I think that one made me think the longest, I think. No, it was the blind dude. The blind
there
dude
was
made
a
me think the
super
longest.
tough one you didn't manage to solve.
The blind dude made me
Share
think the
this
longest.
video with those of you friends who like riddles and mysteries as much as you do. Remember to press the like button and click subscribe. This way, you'll make sure that you have access to many
I'll
more
click the
cool
like button.
videos on the bright side of life.
I ain't gonna lie. If y'all want me to do this again, because y'all probably think I'm cheating, I swear I'm gonna show y'all one more time. Even at the end of the video, I'm gonna show y'all again. I have never, look at this. I have never, because you already know, if you click on any video on YouTube, it will show like a little red bar down here that you watched it. I have never watched this in my life. I literally just randomly thought about riddles only people with high IQ can solve. I just randomly thought about that. I have never watched this day in my life. We can go through all this shit. Never watched it. You see this? Never watched any of this shit. I'm just smart, bro. I ain't fly. I just got a high IQ. And y'all just don't want to believe it because I'm black. I got a high IQ though. I ain't fly. Y'all just don't want to believe it. But I was about to say, if y'all enjoyed the video and y'all want me to do another riddle video, make sure you leave a comment down below and subscribe if you enjoy the videos. And fly, this is one of my favorite videos. And I did this shit unedited. All this shit unedited. So I know I'm not cheating. Unedited. Everything unedited.